Can you describe some of the challenges you faced running a grassroots campaign that you think others who are considering doing the same should be aware of?
Well, since I'm so pretty early in my race, right now the main thing is to get my name recognition out here in Lomita. I have a lot. I have almost celebrity status in the political world. People that's actually been involved watching from from outside the box. And I talk about the TV box, with independent media and stuff like that. Uh, I got recognized in Philadelphia walking around out there. They're like, wait a minute, I follow you on Facebook. You're Miguel Zuniga. You're like, yeah. And it was funny. Some stranger in Philadelphia recognized me from my posts and my rants on Facebook. But that's the one thing I'm doing now, and I haven't pushed so hard yet because my race ain't till November. So right now I've been basically concentrating on helping out my fellow brothers and sisters that are running in local races. Like Kevin Mejia, obviously, is the big one. Kaney Arnold is another one. France Pierre for LA Mayor. Angel Rowland. Jessica Salons. These are all people out here that I've seen them at rallies, protests, almost multiple times, all of them. It's almost like a little group reunions at these things. Like we almost go to go see each other and to catch up and to see what's going on. And it's great. It's a family out here, and in California, it's a huge state. So to get so many of us together all at once, if we could get five of us or more, it's huge. It's huge because we come from miles away from each other, and these are the people that are gonna, come out and help me knock on doors and stuff like that, And I'm pretty confident that I could do this here in the small city, and to me this is my next level. I first was a volunteer, for Bernie and campaign and helped him out. I became a delegate. That was the next stage. And I walked out on the party. That was another stage. I campaigned for Jill Stein. It was another stage. So I've walked so many stages, so many different paths, and I want to bring them all together, and just keep going higher. So right now I'm fighting for my city because it's the city I live in. I want to make decisions that are going to affect my community because I live in this community, and hopefully these proposals that I bring to the table, like the 2 to 4 community gardens. If after my run, we only get one, well, guess what? That's 100% more community gardens than we ever had. So I push a little higher because if we could get away with one, that means I'll be stoked with that. That'd be amazing. If we get the Wi-Fi or even in negotiations, at that point that I leave, that they're even negotiating that on the plate now, that's something that I brought to the table. It doesn't mean that I want to take the credit. I want to see it done, and I'm going to come back and follow through, even if I move to a higher level. If I move to a higher level, I'm going to come back and punk these people to make sure they get it done. And this is how it works. I'm increasing my resume, and if I could get these things done, it would look good for me to introduce them at a district level, at a county level, at a state level, and go on from there. If Kevin Mejia gets in office, I'm gonna have to support him too from another stage of the revolution. We can't let only one Green Party member in Congress because they're gonna beat him up pretty hard. So we gotta make sure we stay a team with the Democratic progressives because they're going to be the most loyal ones that we'll have. We work together with Republicans on the same issues that we agree on. So if there's a Republican that's totally against Frankie because they see how bad it is, but we don't agree with 90% of their platform, we're still going to reach out to him and say, look, I almost can't stand you, but you're all against Frankie. And, as a person to person, let's get together and get this done and show that we can work together on certain things and we can get enough of those little, cracks filled, we can build a bridge instead of a wall, and it's a lot better.
Yeah, I would say that's the correct way to reach across the aisle, not like the way that they're doing right now by compromising all of our values. You reach across on issues you agree with.
Yes, I mean, the real true key is in the reason why I guess Bernie kind of his mentoring is what got us involved, and that's the reason now I learned the game. You know, for years I thought to be a politician, you had to have 2, 4, 6, 8 years of college, lawyer degrees. You know, who knows? And then I'm realizing that these people are not even peeing in cups. You know, and the person at McDonald's has to pee in a cup, and then he gets degraded because they always get it wrong, and they don't deserve $15. But a politician deserves $176,000 a year for what? For what? To take bribes? For like to make more money than they already do? Because they don't make enough. I mean, it's ridiculous. So we need. When you were saying that you need a lot more people like me in office. Isn't that what we would say too, that we need a lot more people like Bernie in office? And I think that's the message. Like too many people are holding Bernie's hand. Too many people are wearing Bernie diapers. Like they got the Bernie training wheels out there, and they're so scared. God forbid. But what if Bernie died right now? What are we gonna do? What, do you stop the revolution then and there? Is it that, I'm not wishing this, obviously, but, this is a reality. Like, we can't be so dependent on one person to win a revolution when the whole time he's been screaming at us that he can't do it by himself. That we need to get involved, that we need to get in. We need to be the people taking these people out, not to take the big money. And that's another thing that I was going to bring up is that the only big money I'm willing to take is green money. If it's a solar company that's interested in my platform where I'm talking about this proposal where I want to introduce solar to my whole city, and they're willing to work with us and give us a deal and work with my community and give them a deal, and they want to invest into it, I'll take that big money. Doesn't that make sense? Isn't that what I'm fighting for? And then if the other solar company wants to do it too, that's the one thing that they're going to have to understand. That I'm not going to just take it from one company. They're going to, if it's truly from their heart, I'll show them love and support because they show it to us, but they can't just close us out and buy us out. Because then we go back into the whole monopoly and politics as usual. So, I think it's going to have to be a rule where they can't endorse more than 50% of the campaign. Whatever the campaign has raised, they can only. So right now, I've only raised $600, so I wouldn't be able to take more than $300. But that wouldn't make sense, obviously. But it's something more. Like I'm talking about at a higher level, where people are raising huge money. They should be taking that kind of money too. From if we're gonna do it right. And until we don't do it at all. Because that's the goal. But how they keep saying, oh, but we're going to have to still take it. We're still beholden to these corporates because, how are we going to compete with the other? Well, then you're beholden to corporates. You just said it yourself. The minute you take the money, you sold your soul. What? You're going to go against your corp. You think they're going to give you any more money? And guess what's going to happen to your career after that? Because you're messing with the wrong people. It's like a mob. It's a mafia. And they legally do it all almost.
Yeah. And, well, speaking of money and I think last time we spoke, you said one of the issues that you saw, not so much yourself, but other grassroots campaigns running into was about getting signatures. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes, I was going to bring it up to you. Sorry, I guess I checked easily.
That's okay.
But yes, there's a trend going on out here with my local candidates that are running, like Jessica Salons. She was able to get 1,500 signatures. She only needed 1,000, but she turned in 1,500. Well, somehow they were able to disqualify 600 of those signatures. Luckily, she was really smart and was able to turn in those signatures early, so it gave her enough time to come back and still collect the 100 that she needed, and finally got on the ballot. So she was able to save herself there. But this is not the only time. Angel Rihanna. He's another candidate running for a city council. It's a district council seat, so it's a couple of cities that he's representing there. He needed 500 signatures. He raised almost 800 signatures. I helped out. I drove almost an hour away to go out there and collect signatures for him too, to help him out. They denied him where he was 46 signatures short. And then he ended up finding out because he went to go contest it. And he found out that the incumbent there, he collected the signatures like within a 2-day span, and none of them got rejected. And the 12 other candidates that ran against him were all 20, 60, 40, 80 signatures short, and he's the only one on the ballot now. So also when he went to go contest, the city clerk, and this is the city clerk, mind you, is telling Angel, if I were you, I wouldn't even contest it because even if you do, we got more signatures down here. and, and she was gonna pull out a box full of signatures right then and there, and like. And like, who are you representing as the city clerk here? The city clerk needs to lose her job at this point. For this kind of arrogance. That was another one. Ken Mejia, they asked for another 344 signatures that he had to get in 4 days, and he turned in he turned in over 800 signatures and was approved 480. So they worked pretty hard on trying to get as many signatures this improved there too. So it's a trend. So everybody running, be real vigilant about your signatures. Make sure everything's clear, perfect. If you have to police people over like cops and take IDs out and write it out for them, do it. Explain to them how important that this is. That they're working even at a level where these people are not even famous, or they don't even know what kind of damage they could do to their precious clubs. That they're trying to discredit third parties or progressive candidates from running. So make sure you turn in your signatures early, turn in 4 or 5 times the amount necessary, and get ready to turn in some more. Because the reality is that they're probably going to turn on as many as they need to keep their incumbents in. So be prepared. That's one big thing that our new progressives need to learn.
That's great advice, and I'm sure that that could help somebody somewhere, because I wouldn't have known to even think about that.